Hey, good day to everyone. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I thought I would make today Wild West Wednesday. I've done some portraits of a few Old West outlaws. So I thought I'd do a lawman. And who better to do than Wyatt Earp? Thought I'd give a little bit of background on him for you guys. He was born Wyatt Barry Stapp Earp, born March 19th, 1848 in Monmouth, Illinois. And he grew up with five brothers, and three of them, Newton, James, and Virgil, fought in the Civil War. And he wanted to fight in the Civil War, but he was too young to enlist. And by 1870, when he had all grown up and he was a man, he had moved to Iowa. Now, aside from being a lawman, he was a bison hunter, a barkeep, a bartender, a bar owner. He was a boxing referee, a gold and silver miner, a gambler, and a brothel keeper. But in Iowa is where he would meet his first wife, Urilla Sutherland. And he was in love with her. But it wasn't too long before she contracted typhoid fever and would die. And that would kind of put him in a tailspin where he would find himself on the wrong side of the law, stealing horses among other things, and he would be arrested numerous times. Now, in jail in Arkansas, I'm not sure if he escaped or if his father had paid off local officials. But he would move to Wichita, Kansas in 1875. And there he would he would join the police force. But it didn't last long because he would get in numerous arguments and fights with the mayor. And by 1878, he would find himself in Dodge City. And that's where he would meet Doc Holliday. Now, as a lot of people did back then, they went from one boomtown to another, and he felt like there was nothing left for him in Dodge City. And by 1879, along with his brothers James and Virgil and Doc Holliday, they would move to Tombstone, Arizona. And that's where he would find himself in a bitter feud with Billy Claiborne, Tom and Frank McLaury, and Ike and Billy Clanton. And that would culminate on October 26th, 1881, the famous gunfight at the OK Corral. And Wyatt didn't get shot or killed as most everyone else did during that famous gunfight. Now, shortly thereafter, his younger brother Morgan would be assassinated. He would be shot in the back and killed. And when that happened, he kind of gave up on the law, and he formed a posse, and he would find the three men responsible, and gun them down and kill them. Now, to avoid getting in trouble for what he had done, he would move to San Francisco and meet up with his common-law wife, Josephine Marcus. And from San Francisco, they would move to San Diego, Yuma, Tonopah, Nevada, among other cities. They jumped around. And they would open saloons, be involved in horse racing, various forms of gambling, silver and gold mining, amongst other things. And by 1911, when he was in his 60s, early 60s, he would move to Los Angeles. And that's where he would spend the last 18 years of his life. Now, before he died in 1929, he had pitched his story to a publishing firm. And it wasn't until 1931, which 2 years after he died, that book would be released. Wyatt Earp, Frontier Marshal. And that book would make him one of the most famous people in the history of the Old West. And this is my portrait of him. And I believe this was taken around the time of the gunfight at the OK Corral. It's probably one of the most famous portraits of him. And thought I'd do a little something different today. And I wanted to thank everybody for watching. You guys are awesome. So you guys have a great day, and we'll catch up with you later. Peace.